Due to the lackluster experience, warriors are in high demand, and guilds are oftentimes very invested in helping their warriors progress to a point where they can raid. Here's where the aforementioned ruse comes into play. I joined a guild and convinced this poor soul to help me through the entirety of my warrior quest chain, which requires a couple steps. First, we have a stern talking with our warrior class trainer, who tells us we need to travel to a faraway island. With haste, I return to Duskwood and enter possibly the biggest world PvP clusterfuck in the game, which both thematically and geographically is almost entirely like Vietnam. One of the actual inspirations behind this rumble in the jungle. Our goal is to make it to Booty Bay at the southern tip, where we'll not just pick up a flight path, but also take a boat to Merchant's Coast in the Barrens. I was terrified of all the Horde players, and I focused so much on avoiding them that I died to the mobs. With a few minor incidents along the way, I managed to claw my way through the jungle and get to Booty Bay.
Probably
shit,
took
that actually rhymes. That's actually bars. With the few minor incidents along the way, I managed to claw my way through the jungle and get to Booty Bay foot. On the real though, compared to how much my friends and everybody in this game was hyping this area up to just be a death zone, the Horde players were actually surprisingly nice, just letting a low-level player pass through.
They don't give a fuck.
I'll be sure to remember
they don't care.
And I'll be kind to these Horde players once I reach level 60 and return to this jungle with 100 men armed to the teeth. But I digress.
I can relate.
Now, if I'd jumped off the boat well ahead of time, I would have been right next to the island. Instead, I went mountain climbing for 15 minutes before realizing I went the wrong way. To then find out that there's a fatigue system in the game. You can absolutely exert all your energy and drown. In World of Warcraft, you learn something new every day. I finally make it to the island and speak to Clannoch MacLeod, a reference to the musician, who wants me to kill Big Will, who's actually also a reference to the musician Big Will. After doing this man's dirty work, we learn Berserker stance and begin the hard part of the quest. We journey all the way to Hillsbrad Foothills, tied to Helcular, up through the Alterac Mountains, and speak to Bathra the Windwatcher, who gives us the WoW class quest equivalent to 40 shots of tequila. At once. We gotta bring him 8 life root, 30 blood scalp tusks, and an essence of the exile. The life root is pretty cheap, but we'll be bankrupting our economy for the essence. You see, to make it you need 8 cresting, burning, and thundering charms. Something I could spend a week grinding or just buy on the auction house. After getting scammed by various Chinese auction house bots, I headed to Stranglethorn Vale to meet up with the man who was spending hours of his life helping out a new guild member.
For no reason.
Blood scalp tusks
I never knew Greek was such a nice guy. This is crazy.
And by that, I mean agonizingly slow,
this is
unreasonably inconsistent, and altogether an irreconcilable experience void of any gratification. We have to kill trolls until I have 30 tusks. It's not unusual to kill 10 without getting a single drop. There is one area where a lot of trolls spawn, but we got killed there 5 times in a row and decided it wasn't fucking meant to be. Which left us with the option of farming this much shittier part. It felt like the good area, but sugar-free. Like the discount experience for the losers who couldn't hack it.
Great value trolls.
Tusk farming, and I wasn't having fun. In the jungle, there's no mercy. You kill people to steal their mob. You kill people to layer them. In fact, you kill people just because you fucking can. It's not like you got anything better to do whilst waiting several minutes for a troll to spawn. I started farming these tusks at 1:30 AM, and it took a solid 2 hours before I had 30. By this point, my man had actively been assisting me for nearly 4 hours.
Oh my fucking
We then journeyed back to the Alterac Mountains to complete the final part of the quest. After Bathra cooks up a potent concoction, we perform the summoning ritual. After which, Cyclonian kills us immediately. It wasn't even close. We definitely needed assistance.
I was about to say.
I looked through my friends list, and the only person online was Larry6. The infamous gnome of
He can use his weapon.
I swallowed my pride and asked for his help. He obliged, and with the help of a couple people from my guild, we finally managed to take down Cyclonian.
Feels like an
turned in
MMO.
the quest and was finally the proud owner of the Whirlwind Axe, a weapon so goddamn good for my level that it should be illegal to wear at level 30. After receiving the axe, I told my guild it's been a pleasure doing business with them, and immediately left the guild.
Hold on. Darkness just texted
God damn, dude! We're so
Larry and I agreed to meet up some other time to settle our differences. And it was at this very moment that I started rising to glory. You see, I checked my mailbox. Abortion sent us a letter titled, Got Milk, containing 235 glasses of milk. He also included a second package with 5 pounds of flesh, troll sweat, mystery meat, and vision dust.
Absolutely
you know
incredible.
What to do with these.
Sounds like my viewers.
Send us 69 silver to compensate for what he did in Dead Mines. This letter was titled, Mental Disability. Here's 2 gold for the trouble, you poor rascal. Huckster says use these to beat mages and sends me 2 free action potions and 2 swiftness potions.
Damn.
These will come in very handy.
I bet they will.
Diarrhea says, wear a shirt, you filth. I humbly accepted my new garments. Mind if I put my sweet nectar in your moist cornbread? Please don't message me again. And Rurik makes a generous contribution to the crusade.
10 gold!
These 10 gold will be spent very
10
well.
gold,
I'm gonna invest them in
dude!
goblin rocket boots.
What a nice guy!
Getting e-drunk with presumably
This is a
women.
great guy.
Speaking of presumably women, I got a promiscuous letter from Big Titty GF, who sent me some of her homemade cheese. I told her it was disgusting and sent it back. And now it was time for a dungeon. Not the one from the intro, we'll get to that, but rather it was time to bludgeon our new axe on Gnome Ragan. The only dungeon in the game where almost every single enemy is a gnome, a dungeon I chose for no particular reason. Starting time 1 AM. Catchphrase, here we go again. If God is real, amen.
Wow.
Just kidding. This run was a disservice to human intelligence.
I thought that was a quick 20 minutes for a second. Okay.
During
All
my
right.
100+ hours
That's
in
good.
Azeroth. It's honestly impressive that this many things could go wrong at the same time. Check it out, right? I couldn't get the first key
You're
card
only
to drop,
starting.
probably because of a bug, but possibly due to unfathomable bad luck. So no quest XP for me. Later we survive an ambush, after which Blastmaster Shortfuse sets off an explosion and closes the entrance to the tunnel. Somehow, I managed to walk through the rubble just at the moment before the invisible wall gets put into place. And there I stood, completely soft-locked.
Wow.
I couldn't Hearthstone out or
Fucking
get my health to 0. Had it not been for the Warlock summoning portal, I would have had to start a new life as a cave dweller. Our whole group then goes on to miss the second punch card, and our warrior needs for a ring with spirit and stamina. This caused Tractor, our mage, to have a mental breakdown.
Fucking
As
retail
I'm focused
kid.
on the chat, I managed to aggro a group of mobs.
Classic
My
WoW
comrades
community.
stand still and watch me die. I call Tractor a Redditor. He leaves the party, and I managed to get exactly 11 out of 12 essential artifacts before having to
Imagine
give up.
being a
Considering
Redditor.
literally everything went wrong, I thought it couldn't possibly get any worse. So I find a new group and start all over.
That's good.
That jump was perfect, by the way, and on purpose. Gnome Ragan, or Gnomerigan, Gnome Reagan, whatever.
Gnome Reagan
is a stale experience with a bit of charm to it. It's not utterly poorly designed like Stockades, but there's nothing extraordinary either. So let's—
There is, but it's too complicated to figure out. Like, Gnomragon's a great dungeon, but you have to have a PhD to understand it. Like, you have to have not just a PhD, but a PhD in Gnomragon. Like, if you don't have at least a master's degree in physics, don't even bother going into this instance. It's a waste of your time.
skip past all the boring shit. 5 AM, we wiped to these arcane nullifiers and got to re-experience Blizzard's patented, gruesome, walk to your corpse gameplay. We make a calculated jump that brings us within an inch of losing our lives. I get disconnected. After reconnecting to the Blizzard multiplayer experience, I use the auto blow too, because might as well while I have the chance. It's not like I'll ever do this godforsaken fucking dungeon again. Then, after a long night of harsh grief and misfortune, it was time for the boss.
That's good.
You already know what I did. If you've seen the first 3 videos, you know the pattern, you know what's coming, you've seen this before. Going utterly against the suggestions of my comrades, I charge in whilst our healer has 0 mana, proceed to die without popping my health potion, and somehow I still have the